Hello, everyone. I wanted to come on today with a pre-recorded message for you during our Step Up to Rise Up show. I have a conflict today, and as many of you know, my brother passed away suddenly last week. And so I have a lot going on this week and thought I wanted to still come to you with a message. And in light of my brother's death, I want to share some things with you, and I will try to get through this as best I can. But I just want to share some lessons from my brother's life. As many of you know, if you saw my posts, he was just 60 years old, which I would say most of us would say that's pretty young. And um, and of course, our first thoughts go to wanting to make sense of it. It's just very difficult to get through that, especially in the initial days when you're in shock, as we all were. So I just wanted to kind of set up the situation a little bit so you know about his life, especially in the last several months, or several months, more like years, to just give you a point of context. And then I want to let you know some lessons um, from his life that I think are so important and really affirms what I'm doing and what I'm passionate about doing in my life. And then and then I'll just summarize at the end. So bear with me. I'm going to do this as best I can. I have some notes and I'll try to read from those. So to give you a little background first, um, really since the pandemic, and maybe a lot of you can resonate a bit with this, but once the pandemic started, I think our world became very small. It became smaller, and there was reasons for that. And we don't need to go into that, whether that was right, wrong, or indifferent. But as our world got smaller, my brother lives alone. He's not married, no children. So his he was basically left to his own thoughts. And he had some health issues, so he was home a lot more. Therefore, he was listening to more news, which tended to be negative. And this all impacted his thoughts, what he was feeding his mind with. And as a result of that, he became very angry. And so those repeated that that negative stuff out there led to both physical and emotional issues for him. He was depressed, he was anxious, he had AFib, he wasn't eating well, so he had some hydration issues, perhaps. He had some malnourishment, perhaps. I mean, there was just lots going on. And he is stubborn, so he didn't go to the doctor. And all of this led to something even deeper, which I think is apathy, where you just don't care anymore. You just don't care. And his anger began to turn inwardly, and that is like a cancer of the soul. And so what happened is, as he was in so much pain, he lashed out to those around him who loved and cared about him, and he wouldn't let them in. And that obviously is mostly his siblings. And so as he got angrier, he would lash out more, causing more pain. I mean, it was just kind of a vicious cycle. And because he was, living alone, he obviously also died alone. And so I don't want you to think that the last several months of his life is the essence of who he is. He went through a very challenging several years. But here's some of the lessons that his life has taught me. Number one, and I speak of this often, our thoughts are powerful. Let me repeat that. Our thoughts, what we think on, what we focus on, is powerful. You have the right to choose. Please be sure to choose powerful, empowering thoughts that serve you better, not those negative ones that just take you down a really bad course. So I just want this to stick with you. Negative thoughts, negative thinking can literally make you sick and eventually kill you. So really let that sink in, please. The second thing I want to, that I've learned, or maybe had affirmed is a better way to put it, is you must take care of yourself. Do things each day that bring you joy and meaning in your life. Be intentional about it. And you've heard me talk of this so many times. I want a joyful, purposeful, intention driven life for each of you within the sound of my voice. It is too important. Life is too short, and it is not selfish to take care of you. It is absolutely necessary. So, number one, thoughts are powerful. Number two, take care of yourself. And number three, I want to remind you that we are created to serve. When our world becomes small and we continue to focus on ourselves and we don't get out there with other people, that's not what we're designed to do. We're called to serve in whatever way and whatever place we're in. We need to get out of our own way and get into helping another person. That's how our Creator designed us. We're designed to be blessed when we are a blessing to others. And so, again, I want to encourage you, discover your gifts, explore them, try new things, do what you can to find your purpose, what you're good at, and then use it for the benefit of others, because those gifts weren't given to you to hoard. They were given to you to help other people. So please remember, we're created to serve right now, right where we are, right within our circle. And those things don't have to be huge. They can be an act of kindness. They can be encouraging someone who's down. It can be listening with our hearts, not just our ears, to someone else's trials and just giving them an opportunity to share. We can show compassion through listening with the heart. And that's something that's a skill that we can all develop and be better at, in addition to our own gifts that we've been given. So please do whatever you can to discover your gifts and your passions, and then go out and use them for the benefit of others. Because I will guarantee you, that is how God works. And He designed us that way. And whenever we use our gifts for the benefits of His children, He blesses us in the process. So I can't stress that enough. Lastly, I want to share, and I have sort of shared that along the way, but these lessons that I'm learning from my brother's life have affirmed in me, perhaps cemented in me, that what I do and who I am and how I show up in the world, I need to step that up. I need to do it more. I need to put myself out there even more, because life is short, as I found out this week. And so I can't waste another minute thinking about it. So I want to bring you into some things that I've been working on, and I got to step up my efforts and get it out there. And I'm going to need your help to launch some of this stuff, but be on the lookout for some new things I'm working on that will up my game, if you will, in serving you better and more of you than ever before. And then in conclusion, I don't want you to just take away sadness from this message today, although I am obviously sad. Larry is now at peace, but I vow to have his life mean something by just continuing to share his story, my story, and and just remembering to be happy and remember those happy times in Larry's life where he had joy and meaning in his life too. And to just really be careful about that negative thinking, that it doesn't take you down a path that robs you of your joy. Because remember, Satan's job is to rob, kill, and destroy. And I believe that my brother was in a spiritual battle of sorts, and Satan was trying really, really hard for his soul. But you know what? God wins. God always wins. Satan may win on earth, but he is not going to win in heaven. The battle has been fought and won, and love wins. Love wins. So that's what I want to leave you with today. I'm sorry for the emotion. I knew it would be hard, but I had to say it today. So take some time to listen, re-listen if you need to. I would love to know your thoughts. So share those with me, either, in the thread under the Zoom recording, which I'll post in the group, or you can message me. I would love to hear your thoughts. And if there's ways that I can help you right now out of a situation that you feel is, not where you need to be, you're not in your happy place, please reach out and I will do what I can. Love you guys. Thanks for listening.